Lee Henson, president and founder of Agiledad, and it's time for today's episode of the Daily Stand-Up. So without any further ado, let's get started. It is Friday. We made it through another amazing week. And Friday is always time for our agile, not so agile episode of the day. And I hope that this helps move and uplift you. And I certainly had something to move and uplift me. Let me explain. This past week, I recently had the opportunity to watch the movie Luca. It's a Disney Pixar film, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's one of the ones that I can tell you will be in my top 5 movies of all time, which is kind of crazy. But the premise goes like this. There are 2 sea creatures, and one of the sea creatures dreams of going out of the sea and seeing how the humans live. Kind of sounds like Little Mermaid. The other sea creature is already out of the water, and when he comes out of the water, either the sea creatures, they turn human. I don't want to give away too many spoilers. When they come out of the water, the sea creatures turn into humans. Or at least they resemble and look like humans and behave like humans, but they have to learn how to do all the things that humans do. And one of the things that was so interesting, and there's so many different ways to look at this, is that when Luca came out of the water for the first time, and I'm trying to be sensitive here because I realize that it's Pride Month, and I realize that there are a lot of emotional things that happen. When Luca came out of the water, he didn't know exactly what he was getting into. He thought he was in trouble. He didn't know what people would think of him. He didn't know what his parents would think of him. He thought that everyone in the world would be upset with him, and that this was going to be the worst thing he could have ever done. And he was always told how bad the outside world is and how bad they were going to treat him and how nothing would ever go as planned and how everything he needed was right there in that little world for him. Kind of sounds like Hunchback. But I think what Disney and Pixar did here is something very, very magical and something very special. They taught us that no matter where we are in our lives, no matter what's happening in our lives, no matter what trials we're facing, no matter what emotional trial we're going through, that we always have these voices that are holding us back. Sometimes they're real people, but a lot of times they're just voices in our head. And they're telling us that we can't do things, or that we're not good enough to do things, or that we can't be honest with ourselves. And I have 2 words for those people. And these 2 words are the theme and mantra of the entire movie Luca. If you haven't seen it, you need to. Silenzio Bruno. Except for you gotta say it like you mean it. Silenzio Bruno. Sometimes you need to tell those voices that it's not their place. I remember a skit that I used to enjoy watching, and one of the lines from the skit was always, "Not today, Satan, not today." And it just rang true to me that Silenzio Bruno should be a mantra and a theme for life. We are in a position where we've been given agency to choose how we progress. The decisions that we make each day, albeit small, set a pathway, a set of triggers, a set of actions and reactions that cause our lives to spin into something really, really amazing and wonderful, or something very, very sad. And I think too often, we as humans are too quick to judge others. We're too quick to ridicule. We're too quick to say negative things. When in actuality, what we don't realize is when we do that, not only is it hurting them, but it's hurting us as well. It's tearing us apart inside. Being very close to people who are in various non-inclusive situations, or people who are from diverse groups and backgrounds. I mean, my entire team is filled with people from all over the world, from all different cultural backgrounds, and it's so cool to see and interact with these people, and and meet their amazing partners and their amazing families, and the people who help them tick and uplift them. But every now and then I get the opportunity to run into individuals who are lost, who are just totally not in their element, who feel like life's not worth living anymore, and who just are filled with regret and filled with sadness. They're filled with no inspiration. They're filled with people telling them that the things they want to dream and the things they want to do will never happen. They're filled with people who one could call haters, who are bringing them down. And the truth is, we need to stand up for those people. And it's our obligation and our responsibility to provide a voice for them and to let them know that it's okay in their mind to scream as loud as they can, Silenzio Bruno, to get that voice out of their head so that it's okay for them to come out of the water. It's okay for them to go on dry land. It's okay for them to be fully involved and fully enveloped in whatever group they want and whatever they want to do. That's not our business, right? Judge not lest ye be judged. And it's just, I think that we're finally to a point where, of all places, surprise, the Walt Disney Company and Pixar use this wonderful, brilliant narrative and the brilliant animation and just the emotion in this movie to uplift the underdog, to make us all better at the end of the day, and to help us really see not who we are right now, but the potential of who we can become. I know that many of you, in fact, I'm going to challenge every one of you, that you probably have something that's holding you back, or something you want to do, or something on your bucket list, or some big change that you want to happen in your life, or something, whether it's your career, whether it's something personal, whether it's a journey you're on. I think it's important for you to take a moment to surround yourself with those uplifting individuals and to learn the meaning behind Silenzio Bruno. Because I promise you, even though my Italian is terrible, I know what that means. And I think it's time for us to stop the voices from telling us what we can and can't do. Stop the voices from telling us who we can and can't be. Stop the voices from telling us who we can or can't love, or can or can't worship, or who we can or can't be friends with, and how we interact with it. Silence all of that. And I think that if we get all that noise to go away, what we're going to have is clarity, and we're going to discover who we really are. And it's going to give us an opportunity, once we know who we are, to really serve and uplift others. Because I feel that's the magic, and that's the key to what's missing. And I think that, my congratulations to the entire team at Pixar, because I'm telling you, out of every single feature I've ever watched, this was by far my favorite, because I feel like it really did pull all those different values and all those different things together. And it taught us that no matter where we are in our life, if we're the underdog, if we're the overdog, doesn't matter who we are, that we don't have to be beaten down and trodden on, that we can stand up and we can be what we want to be, right? So I want to take just a moment to thank all of you for continuing to support the Daily Stand-Up Podcast. This has been one of the fastest growing podcasts on the internet for a reason. Each episode, we try to do something to uplift you and help you be better at Agile, to help you be better at work, or on Fridays, just to help you be a better person. So I hope that this message brings you hope. I hope that if you have a challenge you're going through, that you're able to take a deep breath and talk about it. I hope that all of you know that if you're at all engaged with me in any way, contact, shape, or form, that you can extend yourself to me. My door is always open. My phone is always on. My email is always open. I'll be here for you. Because someone needs to hold your hand, or someone needs to pat you on the back, or someone needs to put their arm around you and just help you scream Silenzio Bruno so you can live your life. Okay, my friends, have an amazing weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile. Till Monday, take care.